First, it was the MCAs, then the BBI, and now it's the Huduma Namba. So what's next? Well, Ida Mumeta has more on this court drama in this week's episode of Fresh Off the Web.
The government was trying to stay in tune, but the courts had a different song in mind.
Sing the one, sing the wondrous love of Jesus.
BBI was the first to face the music, and now the judges said to Huduma Namba, and the internet has gone bonkers. Folks who hadn't registered were out there like... Some just got weak as they remembered the early mornings and long queues. I imagine this is how folks were rushing to queue. But now, the situation is probably like this.
Anitoe rambirambi kwa sababu hii maneno nimeona sio mazuri. Wacha nilie kwanza.
Just in case you're wondering what the fuss is all about, let me put all this into context. The government was hell-bent on getting everyone to register for the Huduma Namba, and some people went to great lengths to make sure this decree was followed. The government is said to have spent a whopping 10.6 billion shillings on the exercise. Yep, you heard me right. 10.6 billion on the process, and guess where the money came from?
Oh my God.
Now, Kenyans are wondering what could be next on the court's illegal list. The court ordered safeguards to protect data as some of the cards have already been issued. The government has since vowed to appeal this decision. Trust us, we'll definitely keep an eye on that story for you. Now, moving on. Life happens to everyone, right? And sometimes the happening could simply mean the Humpty Dumpty way of life. Now, what matters most after such an incident is your reaction to it. Ama?
Yes!
Same thing happened in one of the stations that belong to our brothers down south, the South Africans.
Members of Parliament to actually digest and go through the documentation that is going to be presented to the public. And the opportunity for proper engagement is actually after the tabling of the...
The poor guy was already sweating when he had the seat creak for the first time, but unfortunately, he couldn't do anything about it. Thinking out loud, though, this could be a way of unseating long-serving African leaders.
When they say somebody has been in the government for a long time, why has he... That's Nyeko. Stop this Nyeko.
Wacha nisiende sana. And moving on swiftly, this ninja probably had an unfinished property somewhere and he needed some mabati to maliza his project and thought to himself, sikuna zile za expressway. And lo and behold, in broad daylight, wa Kenya, you really never cease to amaze me. And on that note, I wrap it up. Ida Mumeta for NTV, Fresh Off the Web.